Hey, welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean, and he is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings throughout the world. He is the Om Tarot Wizard and a reverend, and he has lots of different recordings on jasondmckean.com, and he also is doing lots of projects, lots of seminars, lots of sessions. You can see him in Japan a lot. Does a
Yeah,
lot.
I've got my my Japan tarot classes, and they're translated. As far as I am not the one speaking Japanese. My Japanese is not so good, but translated, it's incredible.
Anyway, welcome, Jason.
Well, thank you, Tara.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. And this is like I think a really interesting topic too that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, we have decided to talk about, do you believe change is a good thing? So do you think change is a good thing? How about you, Jason? Do you think change is good?
I think it depends.
And that's probably what everybody says as well.
Yeah, I think that, you know, to take something out of that realm of belief and into experience too is, you know, like experiencing change. Experiencing change, it can be, you know, that's where it gets into it. You know, it can be hard, you know, to make a change. It can be easy depending on what that change is, but it usually means that there's growth involved. And, you know, growth, you know, any kind of growth is, there's that realm of where one isn't necessarily in a real solid place, you know, like they don't know exactly where their footing is exactly. They may be a little bit kind of trepidatious, not always, right? But you know, if you find yourself in new environments and all that, you know, some people just kind of plow ahead, and that's kind of their MO. But others will be a little bit more like, you know, just kind of taking stock of, you know, where they're getting a more solid foothold in new territory. You know, what about you? What do you think? You know, just like kind of right, what happens as
Well, I
far as
believe that
change?
the Earth is traveling at 65,000 miles an hour. And so we think that we're not changing at all when we're changing every second. And so with that, though, gravity keeps us on the planet, and gravity like helps us make decisions about things. And I think that's what we think is a change. And to make really good decisions about our lives, sometimes changing it up is a fantastic thing. And sometimes, you know, changing it back is a fantastic thing. Like if you started eating a lot of sugar and needed to come back and not eat any sugar, you know, that's a change. You know, there's a lot of changes that we can do, small changes in eating and drinking water and helping ourselves. And then there are really, big changes that people do, like, you know, move across the country. There's, you know, in the recent years, you know, a lot of people like up and ditched where they lived. And there's, you know, a lot of different, changes that happen in their life, pretty much everything. New friends, new place, new, you know, sometimes relationships, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, sometimes it's like you have your core support around you, you know, like let's say you're married, you have a partner, you know, and then you decide to move to another city or another part of the country or another country. You know, I mean, those are significant changes and all, but there's some familiarity, and then there's like a lot of new that one is exploring. I think that, you know, there are times in our life when we're more open to that, when we're kind of looking for the next part of ourself to blossom and to inhabit that space that we're, a part of creating.
Mhm. Right. Or you can just change up your space that you're in, where you live. Don't have to like move it. You can just change whatever, however you like it. Add something or take something out, like a bookshelf. So
Yeah.
we're talking about obsessions. Or yeah, one of them, mine is books. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
have a lot of bookshelves.
you have a lot of books. I have like a whole bookshelf that's just kind of books about the Civil War, the American
Oh
Civil War.
yeah.
It's like there's many books, that we have. I was going to ask you though, as far as, astrologically, right? Because, I find that myself as a Leo,
Mm-hmm.
it's like is um I like to have kind of a stable environment, home environment, and and then just kind of use that as a base of operations. And I do a lot of creative work, and so it's not that I have to like just be on the go, just everywhere, and just change things up that way. Does astrologically, does that have something to say about?
About you, it's a Leo.
No, as just with like, some of these fixed signs, or,
Well, I would
just
say,
generally.
if I was just astrologically, since I'm an Eastern and Western astrologer, I don't know if many people know that. Anyway, I would say, I would say that it's not really your Leo. Your Leo would need a lot of accolades. So, they're creators. Everything about Leo is creation. And so
That is true.
it is. Everything about Leo is creation. And so the thing behind your chart is, earth signs and water signs behind it make it more cuddly, at home type of, there's things where you want to be at home. But usually fire signs, not so much. Fire signs are about that combustible movement, fire. And there's something to that. To whereas the Leos are creation. So it wouldn't be in your sun sign.
Okay.
It would be probably all behind the scenes, where you don't venture that far away from, you do, but you don't, because you do a lot of stuff with Japan. You've loved Europe, you've loved Turkey, you've been through Asia, you've been through a lot for just, Mexico, we've gone to, Central America. So you've been all around, but you just are somebody who likes really to be at your home base, and you're born a dragon. And isn't this year a dragon year again? I'm pretty sure it
It
is.
has been, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it now still?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a dragon year. So the thing is that you like to create in your space, that's creating in the cave. Yeah, and ready to bring it out for the public. Yeah.
I mean, I have like, had that idea of, being in my cave or laboratory, or, that kind of just one place of creation.
Mhm.
And then, that's the basis, or the foundation for it.
Mhm.
So again, I was just wondering if that was kind of like a trait of the fixed signs, which would be Taurus and Scorpio and Aquarius, or you're suggesting that, there's a lot of underlying stuff, which, like in my case, there is a lot of it is just mostly earth and water. There's
Yeah,
there's a lot of Cancer
there's a lot of nurturing in
in
that.
there,
Mhm.
and so, I mean, I can see where it's like that fire does come out. It's like, it will explore the world a little bit, but not,
Right.
where I always have to be out there like some people I know, like you.
Yeah, well, and we have to blame it a bit on my chart because I have 5 planets in Sagittarius. Like
There you go.
the curiosity of the world is my happiness. Anyway, and I find myself everywhere. Like this summer, I was in 15 states and 4 countries. So yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say as far as like, I've really slowed it down. I'm home for a little bit. I did get talked into yesterday of maybe coming back east, but I've been trying to stay home because I have so many projects I got to get done. So anyway, yeah, I got to get in my laboratory and create.
So with that, all that fire, as far as, does that mean that you're able to like just be in that place of change a little bit more easier, like, kind of less of a resistance to it than
Right.
say like I might be?
Um, Certainly I'm not frustrated or put off by people or culture or um no, I'm usually kind of taking a step in, even though I'm a kind of a dichotomy. I'm a quiet person, but yet I have a big laugh and stuff. Once you get to know me, I'm pretty, funny as far as good. And I'm a good audience. Yeah. For everybody, somebody makes me laugh and I love it. But I, I, but I enjoy, I listen to people and like, I enjoy seeing other cultures, other places, how people live. People are usually taking a step towards me to show me that it's that, this is fun. Um, so I don't know if so much that I'm like in the change of something and that I'm okay with it. I just don't resist it. I don't resist it. I know I'm going home. I create a great home. I have 5 animals. I need to get back to them and love them up, so yeah, no, so I think of, I'm perfectly good. Yeah.
Do you think that, I mean, because change itself can be, there can be the big changes, right? There can be the quick changes as well, and then there are the changes like over time, like, um I have found that through my clientele and all that, people have been wanting to change their profession, their
Oh yeah,
vocation. They
that
they
happens a lot.
they've been wanting to do something that more
Yes.
authentically speaks to where they're at now than, maybe where they were 10 years ago or even 20 years ago. And it's just, and sometimes it's uh, a pretty radical change. I mean, it's
Right.
it's not that it's just like the next logical step from what
Right.
they've been doing. It's just like something completely,
Right.
different, but it's speaking to a deeper part of themselves that
Mhm.
is like, I really want to do this. It gives me purpose, and
Right.
this is it. Um, and it doesn't make it like always easy, just to make that transition into it. It can be a slow walk into it, but I find that, some people they're kind of wired more for like, let's get this cooking, let's do this now, and where, they don't allow themselves to be too slow about it. They don't like, fall into a trap of like, well, tomorrow, I'll do it, I'll get around to it. It's like where they act on it, and just start to make these changes happen.
Mhm. But again, change is happening because we're moving so fast through space. So, we think that we are making choices and we have to make good choices because we don't have that long to live on the planet. We think we do, but we do not. I mean, 100 years in the span of like 35,000 years since something or other happened on the planet, that is pretty much a nothing. Yeah, we just think it's, the time is slow, we're bored, where our life isn't changing, we're seeing the same food, we're seeing the same, work. Well, you got to change that up, seeing the same friend. Well, you can change it all up. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Yeah. So
That's a happy thought.
isn't it happy? That's great. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that the change, it can be so like a mundane, and it's like, okay. And maybe it's more mundane for me than it is for you guys, because obviously I'm like on some kind of whirlwind most of the time. Yeah. And yeah,
I think though that the mundane, that it's something that we can, almost see as a catalyst for change too. If something is becoming too rote, if we feel like we're kind of locked in this just endless cycle of something, it's like we can, start to look for an off ramp.
Mhm.
We can, it can be a catalyst towards spicing things up, for bringing back an excitement, of something that can feel like it's just a new energy. And I guess the challenge to that is to make sure that we're not like blowing things up in our life, that we're not like
Right.
doing something that is
Where the change is not
creating,
positive.
yeah, where it's not like a self-destructive kind of
Yeah.
urge, that
Right.
we're following, recognizing what is,
Mm,
building towards something that has a more positive or sustaining outcome to it.
right. Well,
Like
there's
the diet, right? Like,
yeah,
it's like
diet,
binge eating, or,
love relationships. Yeah, there's
love.
a lot of, consequences and things, way how you speak to people, how you communicate or lack of communication. Um, yeah, there's a lot there. Mm,
Yeah. So how do we monitor that within ourselves?
mm. Well, it is being awakened to yourself and to, write things down. What do you want? Why do you want it? Um, and to be honest with yourself, honest with others. Um, and we don't always get the change that we want. Sometimes we get the change that we need. And or we see a need that we need to fill, as far as like going toward a better diet, getting a little more exercise, because we have to like recognize, because we're a lot of times we don't recognize the consequences of things. So if we don't tap in to our lives, and change up to where what we want to do, for say, like you were talking about careers, if you don't change it up, then you're going to be doing the same thing that you're doing now, that you believe is a mundane thing, next year and the year after and the year after that. Well, it might bring you money, but is it bringing you contentment or happiness? For me, I've never changed my career. My career has, for the last, I'm not going to age myself here, but for
The last 100 years.
a lot of years. Anyway, lots and lots. Anyway, is that, I've stayed in my zone of what I do and what I do well, and have done, been into it for many years. And I didn't think it was like an obsession when I first got into it. I thought it was, just curiosity. So I studied one thing and I went into another, and then I went into another, and I just kept going. And at the time, there wasn't any schools or any, so I had to, take a lot of counseling schools. I had to go and learn, go to hypnotherapy school. I had to do, different things, but I'd already been nominated for hypnosis meditations before I went to hypnotherapy school. So the thing is just go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny, how, we like go towards our goals or our passions, and sometimes that road just, it unfolds before us, as we um
Yeah.
step out onto it, we
Yeah.
we kind of create it as we go. And sometimes, that's part of how we kind of keep it alive for ourselves.
Yeah.
Also branching out too, it's like in the realm that I've been in, it's like, um the one of tarot counselor, right? It's like, I know counselors, tarot readers and all that. That's what they do. That's all that they do. But I've also seen like ones that have been, that they've become authors. They've taken their knowledge and they've you know uh, expressed it so that it can be shared with others. Some become teachers, some become like leaders and lecturers, and you know I hope to be all of these things. Is to
Right.
not like put a limit
Sure.
on any of it, but
You don't want to limit yourself, but you don't want to be so changing every 5 minutes that, nobody knows what you're doing or who you are or why you are,
I think that,
because,
well, there
that,
can be a natural progression to it, to where it's not like, one becomes like too kind of a jack of all trade of it. That's because that can happen too, where, and I think that, how one is wired, how they are at their core, what their, say what their capabilities are, because not everyone is just wired the same. And it, it doesn't mean that one shouldn't, like, at least if they're drawn to something where they try it, because maybe they can find their place in it, you know but all paths are not the same. And but to,
right,
just kind of explore um your own realms there, so that you are finding like the little changes, that expand what it is that what it is that you're building on experience. And not allowing change to be too much of uh, a a pressure field for you, where you start making kind of weird decisions and all about stuff.
right. Don't want to have weird decisions. Don't want to do anything that hurts your life, your money, your families. That sometimes, we change up to do what we want to do, and they go crazy. It's like, what in the heck happened here? Yeah, what is wrong with, all that and them, and where is the communication's been stifled.
Do you find that environments are important, as far as like one support systems and all that, as far as like when change is afoot?
Well, I don't know so much about that because my life, I mean, Jason, because you were there. But when I was really young, I got together with, I had been best friends with Jess Stern, and then turned around and married Dick Sutphen. And so, I was pretty deep into the metaphysical field by the time I married Dick Sutphen in my early 20s. So I don't, I didn't never, I experienced a little bit of it then, but I didn't experience, like my parents were okay with it. And,
Yeah,
there's
your parents were kind of
communication.
okay with it. My
our,
parents, on the other hand, they were not into it at all.
yeah, our parents were good. Our parents were really so supportive to a large degree. And I mean, that was most what mattered most. And so I haven't really ever had, I attract like-minded people. So the few people that are not on anywhere in my team is people I don't know. I mean, they never touch my lives, even if they talk about me. I do not know them. It's really I'm very protected that way by the other side. Sentinels, what I call sentinels, the archangels. I mean, really, I don't deal with it at all. So that kind of change, like somebody being not liking my career or liking what I do, which of course would be a large number of people on the planet, but it's not who I attract. So that it's an interesting thing. So I don't have that. I don't have that kind of, I want to say, so, oh, I don't even know to say how.
Yeah, what's that word?
I
Rasputin?
don't, yeah, oh, yeah, no, I don't have that kind of funny business. Funny business.
Rapscallion?
No, irascibility. I think I was going to say irasc.
Irascibility? It's
Yeah,
like
that.
when someone's like just kind of angry, or they're
Well,
not.
they're just frustrated or they're anxious or they're
Yeah, yeah.
weird for no reason. It's not like I'm associated with them at all. But yeah, I don't really have that. I don't have them.
Yeah, and it's you're right as far as like
Yeah.
familial environment. Our family that we grew up in is
Oh
very
yeah.
very like
Very
spiritual,
strong.
religious. But it's like being able to build on that,
Yeah.
right? And to go in other directions. It hasn't created a lot of
Mm.
friction at all in
No.
that. um we both know through clients and all that, like those environments where someone wants to like um be in their own autonomous self, and where they can get a lot of blowback from you know when it's from loved ones. It's harder to because there's a lot of expectations that people
Right.
can put on you. It's like, I didn't raise you to be like that, you need to be this, and
Right.
all, and it's just like, oh boy, pressure,
But if it's
to like
positive change, it's positive change. Like say you went to the gym and you decided to be slim in a family of heavy
I
people.
didn't raise you to be slim.
I didn't raise you not to eat the food that I put before you. It might be something more like that. So
Sure.
the thing is that, and they may only want broccoli.
Eat your ice cream,
I don't know what
eat
they
your
want.
Doritos, how
Oh
dare you.
yeah. Yeah, I bought those just for you
These
because
were
I love
expensive,
them.
young man.
Right. You never know. You never know. So the thing is that because people are sometimes very uncomfortable and they want you to change back to who you used to be. But the bottom line is it's always shamanic. The shamanic sign was that you need to change and that you needed to change a better for your health, for your well-being. But you don't leave people behind who you truly love. You bring them along. You always love them no matter what, because it's not about your politics, your religion. It's about your heart and who you love and why you love them. And so it's the change. It's not about not loving someone. It's about acceptance, maybe.
Sure, sure. Yeah, and I do think it is kind of more in those realms of you know in the because there's a framework usually with
Mhm.
our our friendships and our family, and all, where it can create friction, if there's like a perception of like, oh, you're into that or whatever. That's not what I'm into, so I'm uncomfortable. with that. I'm uncomfortable with seeing you in a certain light. And if the person is like, if they're needing to expand their own like spiritual nature, again, to find something that's more authentic for them, an authentic expression, then it's, you may not find support as you are changing,
Right.
like immediately. And that's why a lot of people, they look for another tribe. They look for those supportive souls outside of what it is that they know, to be able to expand in, again, like, hopefully like healthy
Remember, your
ways.
heart is big. Your heart is big, and you can love who you love. And if like you love your parents, you love your siblings, you love, I mean, come on, your friends, your old friends who doesn't want to change with you. It's okay. You got to love them for who they are, because it goes two ways.
Yeah, I still love all of my friends from the past and all,
Mhm.
even though I may not be on the same page with them.
Mhm.
It's totally fine. We don't have to be.
I'm the same way. I love
So
all.
all of you who are out there listening to, yeah, you wouldn't be listening because you like
Yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
Tarot Wizard, what a kook. I'm unfriending him.
I don't think you've had too many people on friend you, have you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know, because I mean,
Not a ton.
I've been this way
Not a
in
ton.
my early 20s. Yeah, yeah.
Because
Uh,
I'm not that guy. I'm not that one who's like, oh, you're into that. Well, you're out of my life.
no, no, we don't usually have those people around. And I always say it's about you, because I don't throw anybody away. I just don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But if
those
you
of you
want to,
listening, it's about you.
it's really, I massage,
You need to change.
I have got to, I've got to do my work, all the personal business. Like, okay. I'm all about the personal business anyway. Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking of the work, the work is, it's demanding in certain
Mhm.
ways about those areas of not being super judgy, right? It's about creating safe space for people to discover themselves, right? And yes, it's like we do have our own like boundaries and of what's right for us and all that, but it's not that we're looking to like just like, oh, don't do that, and all that. It's about helping someone to uh again kind of shape their life in a positive way.
Yeah.
And so the work is kind of demanding of that, and so it doesn't allow for a lot of uh shenanigans that way of being too like judgy.
Just can't. That's a change. Did you used to be judgy and you're not anymore, Jace?
Oh yeah.
No, he was
Mm,
judgy. Mm-mm.
not so much.
No.
I mean, because I've been a lot of you know some of the people that I might look at and say, oh, you're into that. I've been a
Right.
punk rocker. I've been like all these you know people that were judged. It's like, I had the weird hairstyle where people would
I
throw
didn't.
beer cans at me from speeding cars and stuff like that, and it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
you know can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
you know yeah.
Well, it is true. It is. And I'm all about not, it's not my thing to push people down. It's to help pick them up. And so it's really, and I can't just pick, some people just want you to pick them up every second. It's not about that. It's
Yeah.
all about, giving you the tools to help you help yourself. Let's get up back on this path. Let's go forward. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the essence of compassion, is to help someone help themselves,
Yeah.
because that's like, it's builds like a sustaining energy within them.
Mhm. It does.
And it's not that you're just rescuing someone every 2 seconds.
Right. You have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful on, what people tell you and what is being reiterated and what is, they have to work through, because there can be a lot of pain involved with change and feelings. It's feelings that usually, this is the thing, is how do people make you feel? And that can be a big change if people are making you feel bad. Where is that? What's that?
What I will tell, my I would view them as colleagues, people who are interested in tarot, who are looking to explore it and to share it, with others, and getting blowback from people in their environments, that are, just either giving them the, oh, that's evil, or, you know it's like, know your heart, know what is in your heart. And a lot of times it's like you have the heart of a healer inside, and you're looking to, use your own spiritual nature in order to help, to be of service to people. And if that's what you know about yourself, then remember that, especially when someone is like trying to lay a guilt trip on you or something like that. It's like,
Mhm.
it's a how we, you had like you know asked something, or brought something up about, do we ask for permission, or do we like ask for forgiveness
Forgiveness.
afterwards, right? And
Right.
it's like, sometimes people in our environments wouldn't give us the permission, if we say, hey, I want to study this, and they're like, oh, that's out of my comfort zone. No, I can't accept that, right?
Well, it's out of their comfort zone. Yes.
But
Yeah.
if again, you know who it is that you are at your core, and it's like, that you're looking to expand and find that which is authentic within yourself.
Mm.
It is easier to let go of, maybe, someone in your sphere there, or let go of their judgment on you, so that they're not holding you back, that
Right.
you
And
you
this
don't get
is
into a place of resentment against them, saying,
right. But
oh,
this is
well, I would have been this
positive
person.
change we're talking about, not somebody who goes around being weird or, it's not full permission on being weird, like killing things, hurting things, anything like that. Animals, people,
Yeah,
it's not, that is not change. We're not talking about that. We're
yeah, well,
talking about
that's not our thing.
positive reinforcement on
Talking.
your life. Yeah. I mean, just to make it clear,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the legalese, it's
Yeah.
like,
Ugh,
please don't go out and, do
be
anything
weird.
naughty.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't, yeah, be naughty. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know what's good, and that's the thing too about naughty. You know when you're being naughty and you know when you're being nice. You know it. And everybody, they tend to eschew that line, and go into, just talk about this person a little bit more, or if I do this, that, yeah, no, it's, everybody knows the little area there. There's a little gray.
And since I have been Santa, at Christmas time, I keep a list of who's naughty and nice. So I definitely know.
Oh my gosh. Jason has these, where he did these two kids in Japan. Oh my God. They did. Him and Willie did. It's on. I have it up on YouTube.
No, no, it can't be on YouTube. You have to take it off of YouTube.
Forget it, man. It's mine.
No, my reputation will be forever
Oh,
ruined.
it is so cute. The cutest thing you ever saw. It is. It's cute.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But no, I enjoy being Santa, at
Oh yeah, it was
Christmas
really
time.
cute.
You
It was really
know.
cute. Both of them, but there was two videos, but they were hilarious. Yeah. It's one of the happiest Santa memories in my life. Jason being Santa.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. There it is, right there.
hey, that's what
Anyway,
happens
yeah.
when it's just a weird coincidence. I'm wearing a red shirt because I do kind of look like Santa. If anyone's just listening, then you're out of luck. But I do have that Santa vibe. But that's part of that, that
Except
good
you're a little
nature,
skinny.
right? Like
Yeah, you need a good steak.
the
Um, yeah, just what you're
no,
definitely.
I need to go to the
Me
gym
too.
and be slimmer. It's
Right.
like don't like, you're that person. You're that person who's like, no, you need to be bigger,
Well,
more
yeah.
like Santa,
See, I just stereotyped you, didn't I?
right?
And
I
I
can
did.
be I can
I
be
tried to
slim
change you.
Santa,
I tried to change you.
right? I need
Yeah,
you to be more supportive of me.
I will. I will. I'll be.
In my goal to be a slimmer Santa.
Yeah, okay. That's a good idea. Just like we were talking about changing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the pressure. It was almost like kind of family theater here,
Yeah, wasn't it?
just doing like an example. So everyone, oh yeah, okay, now I see it. Now I get it.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So where can people find you?
Good question. Anyway, 310-303-8188.
Oh my God, a phone number.
Yeah.
Call you for like appointments.
Appointments, sessions. Yeah, leave a message. And seminars upcoming. And I'll have seminars upcoming. Yeah, I know I put them off, but I will have them because I do have the most incredible space to have them. So I was definitely do some upcoming. And then
Awesome.
we have projects too that if anybody, wants to hang out and do that, projects, it's fun. Yeah, the readings. We're just gonna film readings.
So what are you asking of people? Because
Oh,
you're
well, just to call if they want to call and come in for an hour or something, and we'll just film it. We're doing some filming, and
so that's
then
the trade-off on it.
yeah, it's a trade-off. Yeah, and well, and then plus some of the seminars we'll be doing, but they're just bits and pieces of everything. Because we're using for our projects. Anyway, also, I it's moonsource.com, moonsorce.com. You can catch me. And tarot appointment at gmail.com. How about you, Jace?
So I am on social media, Facebook, Jason D. McKean, JasonDMckean, and then Jason Tarot Wizard on Instagram. And I've got a bunch of stuff coming up. I've got like there's a tarot salon. There's like I'm gonna do a past life regression at Healing Oaks in October. Gonna be doing another installment there with Tracy Brown of our spiritual mentoring, which is online. So anyone can join in from anywhere. And there's one Enchanted Cottage. There's a great tarot class there in Bakersfield in September. So it's
Yeah.
all posted on my online and then my website jasondmckean.com. Lots of good stuff cooking.
Yep. Lots of good stuff. Lots.
Yeah,
Good
I think
change.
good change. It's like I
Yeah,
like
I've
to
been changing it up.
I like to change up some of the classes and the offerings and just kind of
Mhm.
the way of doing stuff just
Yeah.
every now and then. So
Mhm.
thank you, Tara.
Okay. Thank you, Jason. Lots of love, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Lots of love.
Hold on, we're gonna get it.